And the environment is what creates the oak tree, but what all the contents are within that seed. Does that make sense? So you guys are put into the business, and then when a seed has sunlight, air, water, and nutrients, it'll begin to grow. Okay? So here's our little seedling. But what happens if you don't give it water, but you give it air and nutrients and sunlight? It'll start to die. She's like, it'll start to die. It took me like 8 years to figure out why my plant's dying. Okay? What if you don't give it nutrients, right? Any one of these missing components, and your plant doesn't grow. Okay? So, activity in your business is the water, air, and sunlight. Does that make sense? So you guys can come in and you guys can be excited. And you guys hear Brad Harris say this all the time. I'm excited. I'm excited. But then Monday morning comes and you don't do anything. You're going to kill your plant. Okay? You guys want a living business, a growing, thriving business. The first thing that's required is activity. Like Laura's suggestion, you want confidence, and then I said you guys need to get the activity to get the confidence, right? Does that all make sense now? Okay, so your little seedling and you start to grow roots. Let's look at what the roots are. The roots are the part of the plant that takes in the soil and nutrients from the soil. So it holds the plant steady while the rest is happening, right? So the soil is the training events. And I often ask, people are like, well, I've been to 3 trainings, why do I need to go again? Well, try this. Rip your plant up and throw it over on the concrete and see how long it lasts. Or don't water your plant, right? And don't put it in the soil and see how long it'll last. Let the dog come dig out all the soil and see how long it lasts. We had a brand new little border collie. He destroyed a plant. I came home, he loved it, found that was dirt, left him indoors, found that was dirt. The plant was all over, everywhere. After I had some words of encouragement for my new dog, I put the plant back in the soil, scooped it all back up, put it back in the soil, watered it, and do you know that darn thing grew? Because it was put back in the soil. But don't remove yourself from the soil. This is where you will grow. This is where your nutrients come from. This is your nutrients. You heard these top producers? They said, I figured it out. I was going alone. So they're stuck in there in the little seed, but as soon as they started bringing people with them, the soil makes it happen. So now we have a little bud, right? And then it starts to get leaves. This is kind of the life cycle, and this is the same thing for everything. Take an embryo in the stomach. Starts out like this, it's the head, never looks like a baby till the end, right? So, what are leaves for? Leaves are used, they take the light, they take the air, the water, and they make food for the plant. Okay? So your leaves become your customers and distributors. So you're going to start with your activity, and you're going to do it until you get to where you want to be, okay? You do it until, and then the fruit of all of that, and coming to here, and the nutrients produces customers and distributors, okay? So let me ask you guys a question. We'll go back here. Does every leaf produce a flower? No. Well, why do you think all the people you sign up are going to be your praise team members, right? Flowers make fruit that hold the seeds. Isn't that interesting? So the flower is the one that holds the fruit. So your flowers are your business builders. Okay? So then they'll start to separate themselves. Your leaves will start to separate themselves. They will start to bear fruit. They will start to bear flowers. And all you're doing is providing sunlight, water, and nutrition. All you're doing is the activity, and you're keeping it in the soil. You guys get that? Okay? So seeds, if seeds are formed in the center of the fruit or the flower, how do you know who your seeds are? They come from the flower. You will know who your flowers are. They call you, right guys? Yes? You will know who they are. It is not a mystery. They are either a leaf or they are a flower. If they're a leaf, they're going to do what they do. They're going to hang, they're going to grow. If they're a flower, they're going to bloom and they're going to be right there with you. Tell me He's also a police officer. He texts me, and when my phone goes off, and beep, 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 I'm like, it's Jerry, you know? Jerry is so passionate, but he was a GNC junkie. His wife lost 60 pounds on the product. She's a school teacher. She loses 60 pounds, and in all his ego and arrogance, he comes to me and says, how can I support my wife in getting this business up and running? And I was like, well, you can start by taking the products, you know? And I didn't care who he was or what he was. I was just like, you can start by taking the products, man. You take the products? He goes, no. I mean, he's already fit. He's 13% body fat. He's already fit, 51 years old. And so he had a few choice words. I had a few more words. And I said, look, either you want to support her or you don't. And if you're serious about supporting her, you'll get on the products. Put your crap aside. Try my product for a month. See what happens. So, like, I just met him where he was. I don't normally talk to people like that. 1 month, using the Herbalife 24 line, he went from 13 to 8% body fat, not changing his workout, not changing anything of what he did. He's a police officer and a personal trainer. And last month, he quit the force, went full-time, and his wife just turned in a resignation. They both are full-time in 1 week. Because of the product result, you will know who your seeds are. Once you give them that, you tell them how to get the result, they will come to you. Like, they haunt me all the time. They're on me. They go to my church. I see them every Sunday. Okay? I see them every day. I'm just kidding. Here's the other thing I want you guys to realize. Seeds come in many shapes and sizes. Don't judge your seeds, guys. Because I'll tell you a firm rule, and why are you going to laugh? Fast on, fast off. How many of you guys ever seen that? I'm going to be your next press team member, and like 2 weeks later, you can't even find them. They don't answer the call, right? You judge that seed. You got all excited, but what about the little school teacher who just lost 60 pounds on the products and I could never do this? Never judge your seeds. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Our job is to simply water it, feed it, give it some sunlight, keep it in the soil. It'll do what it's supposed to do, right? And when you understand that, the business is really easy. But plants grow from seeds. And that's really how you're going to explode your business, is just understanding the whole concept. So, here's a beautiful little plant, right? A couple ideas about living things. Living things grow and change. Are you the same person today that you were a week ago even? Right? If you're not growing, you're... Right? So if you're not working on yourself, you'll be dead in a week. All living things need food, water. We all need these things to grow. So I just want to take the mystery out of the business. The mystery is not a mystery. You just have to do the activity. You'll get better. Your skill set will get better. Your confidence will grow. You'll start to grow. Your team will grow. You'll get leaves. You'll get flowers. Pretty soon you have a whole dadgum garden, right? So what happens to a plant if you actually add fertilizer? You guys ever seen those watermelons where they give this super duper high potent thing and then they brag and then that's how they sell more fertilizer, right? So what happens when you give it fertilizer? It grows what? Faster? Bigger? Stronger? So what would you guys think that the fertilizer in our business would be? Well, someone's close. Who said that? Awesome. Personal development, guys. You want to know why we say work on yourself? Because if you will add the superfood to your plant, you will get bigger and you will get stronger and you will get more powerful than you ever thought before. But it doesn't just happen. I'm excited. It doesn't just happen. You have to know what it takes and then actually do what it takes to get there. Okay? Because the seasons will come. You guys, if you don't know Jim Rohn, Jim Rohn was our business philosopher with the company for years and years and years. He's documented. You can go to myherbalife.com on the home HBN network, and you can get tons of fertilizer from Jim Rohn. Okay? He talks about the seasons. You will have the winters. You will have the springs. You will have the summers. You will have the fall. For everything, there is seed time and harvest, right? So, if you make yourself strong when the seasons come, you can weather the storm. It's no seasons are going to happen. So if you know winter's coming, why wouldn't you prepare? Right? So one of the mistakes that distributors make is they oftentimes sit back when everybody else sits back. And I'm going to give you guys a warning. Sometimes people sit back in the summer because it's the time to play. Do you know that the ant works harder in the summer because he knows winter's coming? You guys understand that? It's phenomenal. Read it. It's in the Bible. The ant knows that if he works during the summer, his winter he will survive. Okay? So, summer's coming up. Summer's not slow. You're slow. Summer's not dead. I didn't say it. Y'all did. Same thing in the fall. I will tell you what you do. You won't see the rewards for 90 days. So 90 days from this event, we're going to go through June, July, and August. And some of you in this room are going to be hitting the millionaire team. Some of you guys are going to be hitting the president's team. Some of you guys are going to be hitting the Get team. Some of you guys are actually going to pay attention. You're going to learn and you're going to apply. And you're going to use the summer to actually make a difference in your business. And it's going to happen in August because you guys are going to be willing to do the work in the summer. And then in August, people are going to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like it just happened yesterday. What are you doing? You know? Well, I paid attention, I learned, and I applied. Right? So there's 3 types of people. Those that make it happen, right? Get out and make it happen. It's up to you. Those that watch it happen, right? And those that wonder what happened. Like, what just happened? So the powerful thing is, you get to decide which one you want to be. And it doesn't matter where you were yesterday, and it doesn't matter where you are today. It just matters where you're going to be tomorrow, where you're going to start tomorrow.